That's because
Yeah,
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take
absolutely.
it. Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So you had an opportunity, or some of your members had an opportunity to hit with Master P when he came to DC. Is that true?
Well, let's see. Some two people from the movement. Um, this there was twofold. There was a time when there were some people who did when he came to visit. So that's probably what you're talking about, I believe. But then I had a moment where I was able to do creative direction for a portion of the tour.
Okay. Okay.
Um, because they started and then they had to stop because of COVID. And then when they circled back, I think that was 2021, when they circled back to kind of redo those dates, I had the pleasure of working with Master P and the team to bring a vision that he had to life. And I had some people that were on my choreography team that I put in position to um, allow them to work with me on that project.
Right.
So that was an amazing opportunity. But that was one of those things, like if somebody asked me, hey, can you provide, the ask really was, can you provide dancers? And I'm a lot of times I don't always wait for people to pick me. I choose me to the point where I'm able to present something and saying, hey, I know you asked for this, but I could do this. Because
Correct.
they only were looking for a few dancers to assist at I think one of the Atlanta shows. Like they were just looking for some dancers, me connect some dancers. And but when I thought about it, I said, I can give this type of energy to it for one show, but you don't want the show to have these highs and lows where it has a great show with the dancers and all of that stuff in one city, and then you got to recreate that thing again in another city. So let me just take on the next couple of cities. And I did that. And the response was amazing. We set it all up, had a conversation with him. And it was so funny because he's one of the moguls that I look up to in terms of how he runs a brand and how he doesn't necessarily chase people to, if they want to do something else, and they feel like they want to go off and do whatever they want to do, he doesn't browbeat them about it. He just encourage them and give them lots of things to consider. And I
Yeah.
always valued that. It was almost like I was studying him before I had an opportunity to actually work with him. So it just made sense. Like our
Yeah.
energy was there. And I remember when the guy Blake put me on the phone, he said, we're gonna call him and let him know, I found somebody to work with him. So it was so funny. I'm so used to people close to me calling me P. So they call him P. So when they got on the phone, he said, hey P. He was like, what's up? He said, I got Queen P on the phone. He goes, what's up, Queen? I said, the Queen gets the chance to meet the master. And he said, yep, P. I said, exactly. I said, we already got synergy because of our initial, but it was just kind of like that, I mess with you. And I,
Yeah.
I like what I'm hearing, and you're assertive enough to not, I'm not waiting for anyone to tell me what to do or how to do it.
Right.
It's what do you want to do and how can I bring what it is that you're asking for the life, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
still giving you some things to consider. But I respected his work ethic because he wanted to get in there once he found out the set. And he was like, he had tech rehearsal, but he came and showed up to the tech rehearsal so he could kind of see
Wow.
what was all going on. So I was like, yeah, it was humbling because I grew up listening to No Limit.
Yeah.
So just being able to see all of those legendary people up there, Silk the Shocker, you know what I'm saying? Mia X, Mystical, like like Fiend, like that junk was nuts. I was like, wow, like they were celebrating 25 years, you know what I'm
Wow.
saying? And it was just like, geez, y'all really y'all really putting that work, but you could tell it's family to him.
Yeah.
Like it's a family, it's family operated, it's family centered. And if you just follow the course and do what you need to do and stay locked in,
Stay locked in. Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's that's it. It's next level. Yeah.
I, I love it, man. Yeah. And I know that was a crazy mashup. You know what I'm saying? You bring in, you know, the DC vibes, DC energies, you know, to, you know, that New Orleans swag. I know that was crazy. I know they was like, you know, watching what you were bringing and your team was bringing and was like, well, damn. Because I know it was fire. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us some of the other folks that you've had an opportunity to work with and share the stage with. And then from there, my next question to you is next level aspirations.
Yeah, so I've had the opportunity. What's crazy is I haven't had the opportunity to share as many stages with people as they may think, but I've been in a lot of rooms
Yeah,
with some amazing people.
yeah,
I'm kind of like the behind the scenes. I
right.
know a whole bunch of folks, and I'm able to kind of reach people by virtue of that connection of dance and networking and things like that. But I was featured in a video with Sierra, and and it was crazy. Is no one was like, did you put your name in the video when I posted it? And I was like, no, that was ingrained in that video. So I had like a whole section, like a feature. And
That's
then when she did her behind the scenes, she was talking about, she was like, hey, this is Queen P here. And she's giving us that dose of beat your feet. And we just love it. And she really beats her feet. Like she really, bigged it up. And it was actually, I was brought on by my mentor, Jamaica Craft, who had someone contact me about working with her to get her sharpened in the style of Beat Your Feet. But when I did it, the director was like, and Sierra, they was like, she could let her do it. But I was there really to assist with the training piece on the style with her for the solo.
yeah.
But they end up giving it to me to do. That wasn't even the original plan. So it's
Hey,
always crazy how
yeah.
your gift will make room for
Make room
you.
for you.
Yeah, every
Yeah,
time it will make room. So that was a moment. A lot of the people that I've taught, that my peers and colleagues in the dance world, they have gone on to be great people in the industry and work with some amazing people. And every chance they get, they share that moment of beat your feet in some kind of way or capacity. So it's almost that head nod. Like I may not have been seen on the stage, but when it comes to the commercial side of beat your feet, and like ingraining that into the bigger platforms, if you will, I'm happy to be able to kind of wear that as my own badge, along with some other people who have done their due diligence. My boy Daryl Keefe, he got trained a long time ago when he was with the Beach and Feet Kings, and he was one of those people who moved to LA and kind of was doing a lot of Beach and Feet stuff, and he's actually one of our ambassadors to spread the culture of Beach and Feet. You know, having it's almost like if I experience crossing paths with you, you experience Beat Your Feet, whether it's your first interaction with it or just you just came on it by happenstance, right? And then that continues to spread. So
yeah.
although I may not be visibly seen, as my business partner always says, we're not here to be seen but remembered. So what I can assure you is that I'll never be forgotten. And I
Yeah.
might not always be seen, but I will be remembered. And I
That's right.
think that's a good way to kind of tie up what my aspirations are.
Yeah.
It's just to leave a legacy of positive remembrance of
Yeah.
what was laid in front of me and on my lap. Big visions, not just to dance, but to, curate this culture, continue to push the envelope, push the needle, do things that's never been done before with a style that's just dance, building a brand out of the dance, focusing energy on opportunities for other people to win within culture, you know what I mean? And just really just taking things to the next level of unthought of things though when it comes to this. Things that most people don't necessarily think about because it's just street, it's just whatever. But hip hop was street and all these other things were street. And somebody pushed the needle. Somebody did.
That's it. I mean, and I honestly feel, that has been the missing component with our culture is what's birthed in the street finding its way on the 14th floor, in someone's boardroom, on how do we incorporate this sound to sell this product, right? And the magic will happen, but time will tell, and time always shows up on time. So I think it's gonna, have its opportunity to do what hip hop did, right? Is to bring that art form and to the corporate platform, and then that helps to sustain the culture, right? And so, yeah, I'm one of those folks that see that vision as well, P. And it's going to be a lot of fun when that opportunity finally hits. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, it is. I hope everybody is ready. I hope everybody is. I hope they're ready because when they hit, when they strike, it ain't gonna be time to be trying to scurry around and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, what type of music are you working on right now? Right. I know it's going to be, some high impactful BPM. So, you can get your 1-2 on, you know what I'm saying? With your steps and so forth. But as far as your artistic cadence and flows and putting, your lyrics together and so forth, what type of stories are you trying to sell and tell, through your EPs and your recordings?
So, it's so crazy because I just feel like I am music in a sense. Like I just eat, breathe, sleep. I can't not move. I hear tune. The genres, I'm not limited to my understanding. I grew up, my grandparents raised me, so I had, in terms of types of music that inspire me, everything from jazz to gospel, blues, like it's just not African music, like it's just not one thing. The type of music I like to make and just create, I'm just moved by production first. So most time when I get good production, if I can't come up with a melody in the first 10 seconds, I have to move on.
Okay.
Because now I'm forcing, it doesn't take me long to get in a jig. If it takes me too long, then that's probably not the record for me. But I've lived long enough to have enough experiences in life to talk about anything from heartache to heartbreak, health, being a mother. I'm not coming in with limited resources of topics. Now, how this game works is giving people what they want to hear when you're doing it for the consumer. I play it safe in the sense of not reaching too far and it being too deep. And sometimes I'm like, does anybody want like real flow, deep flow? Does anybody really want that Lauryn Hill play on words? Anybody want that Eve, that Foxy Brown? Like, do you still care? These are the type of people that I listen to. Queen Latifah, MC Light, Rod Digger. Like, are y'all interested? The Brat, are y'all interested in that?